Today we will be solving quadratic equation questions, so we'll be starting with this. F of x equals x squared plus 4x minus 6. Part A, f of x can be written in the form x plus m squared plus n. So this x plus m squared is a completed square. So we know we have to complete the square. And we can complete this the square in this question by x squared plus 4x minus 6, and then we add b over 2 squared, which is 4 in this case, 4 over 2 squared, and then subtract b over 2 squared, so that to cancel the effect of adding 4 over 2 squared, because this is an expression and not an equation. So here we have the completed square. We can take x plus 4 over 2, which is 2 squared. There's minus 6 and minus 4 over 2 squared left. So this is 2 squared. Minus 6 minus 2 is minus 8. So here we have the completed square, 2 being m and negative 8 being n. Okay, so next question will be part B. Use your answer to part A to find the positive solution to x squared plus 4x minus 6. So we have here, this is the completed square, so we can just use it here. X plus 2 squared minus 8 is equal to 0. We can solve the equation for x. X plus 2 squared equals 8, and square root both sides and solve for x, so we will get x equals negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 8. So these are the two answers here. Okay, so of course here they need only the positive solution. So this is negative 2 plus root 8 in this case. X equals negative 2 plus root 8 is the final answer. Okay, so the next question is this. The perimeter of the rectangle is 80 centimeters. The area of the rectangle is a centimeter squared. Show that x squared minus 40x plus a equals to 0. So we know the perimeter of the rectangle is 80. Perimeter is the length of all the sides, the sum of lengths of all the sides. So here this is x centimeters, so of course this would be x, and we can say this is y and this is y. So here the perimeter of the rectangle would be 2x plus 2y, and it is equal to 80. The area of the rectangle is a centimeter squared, so area is xy equals to a. So we have these two equations and we can get this. So if we, for example, here in the final equation y is not present, so we have to eliminate y from the equations. So here if we solve for y, we get y equals a over x, and we can substitute this in this equation here. So 2x plus 2 into a over x equals to 80. Okay, so now we can just solve this and we'll get 2x plus 2a over x equals to 80. And now as you can see here, we don't have the same equation, so we can multiply by x. We can multiply the whole equation by x to get rid of this fraction. So here if we multiply it, we get 2x squared plus 2a equals 80x. And if we divide by 2, we get x squared plus a equals 40x, and we rearrange the equation to get x squared minus 40x plus a is equal to 0 as required. And the next part II, right here, when a is equal to 300, solve the equation x squared minus 40x plus a is equal to 0 by factorizing. So if we solve it by factorizing, we can, when a is equal to 300, we can substitute a, x squared minus 40x plus 300 is equal to 0. And now we can factorize it easily. We need two numbers that multiply to give 300 and add up to give negative 40. You can of course use the table. Add up here the sum and the product. Okay, so two numbers that multiply to give 300. We can use 5 and 60, for example. If you use 5 and 60 here, they add up to give 65, but the product is 300. Of course, we need negative 40, so that's wrong. Here we can use 30 and 10 to get 300, and if we use negative 30 and negative 10, we can get the sum as negative 40. So negative 30, negative 10, sum is negative 40, and when you multiply them you get negative 300. So these are the two numbers. So of course we construct the two brackets here, and this is x minus 30 and x minus 10 equal to 0. Of course x is equal to 30 and x is equal to 10. Okay, now for the next question. When a is equal to 200, solve the equation using the quadratic formula, showing all your working and giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Okay, so if we substitute a, x squared minus 40x plus 200 is equal to 0, and we use the quadratic formula, which is x equals negative b, so that's 40 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 40 squared, and that would give us 1600 minus 4a, which is 1, c, which is 200, over 2a. So the two answers here are 20 plus 10 root 2, or x equals 20 minus 10 root 2. These are the two answers. And of course they want the answers correct to 2 decimal places, so we have to give the answer as decimals. Here these are the two answers, 5.86 and 34.14, because they want them to 2 decimal places. Okay, and now for the last question. If x squared minus 2ax plus a squared equals to 0, find the value of x over a. Try this yourself and post the answer on the comment section. Thanks for watching.